Communications Studies, Cambridge University. I, Abhishek Chaudhary, welcome you to the webinar on careers in digital media and marketing. That will be featuring our expert faculty speaker, Ms. Nidhi Wairagade. Before we move ahead, I'd like to give a small introduction about our university, Cambridge University, that is proudly part of the PCET that boasts a 30-year legacy of excellence in education. We continue to lead by preparing young leaders for the future. Cambridge University, a cornerstone of PCET's esteemed tradition that spans over 3 decades, remains committed to nurturing the future of great leaders. Our university comprising of several renowned schools, that being School of Engineering and Technology, School of Management, School of Liberal Arts, School of Sciences, School of Media and Communication. That's the host for this. Uh, I think there's some. Sorry, I think there was some technical glitch. The sound was echoing. So our university comprises of several renowned schools, each dedicated to excellence in their respective fields. Among them are the School of Engineering and Technology, School of Management, School of Design, School of Science, School of Liberal Arts and Humanities, School of Pharmacy, School of Law, and the School of Media and Communication Studies. Within our School of Media and Communication Studies, we offer an array of programs tailored to meet the evolving demands of the industry. This include BA in Journalism, Media and Communication Studies, BAc in Animation, VFX and Multimedia Sciences, BBA in Advertising, Events and Public Relations, and BBA in Digital Filmmaking. We invite you to join us as we delve into the latest developments and the opportunities within these fields in our forthcoming webinar. Before we start, I would like to give just a small glimpse about our prestigious university through a video that will brief you about our university. Uh, think there's some technical glitch with the audio. So we'll start with the webinar. We'll start with the interaction. Uh, Before we head into the actual interaction, I would also like to present or thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Manimala Puri ma'am, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Sudip Thepde sir, and all the respected deans, directors, head of the institutes, faculty members, and all the students who have joined us for this event. The webinar will be aiming towards dwelling into the deep insights or into the field of digital media and marketing, and will also be offering a highlight about the career opportunities, um, and specifically keeping in context the changing landscape of the digital media and the marketing world. It is also my pleasure to introduce our expert faculty member of our School of Media and Communication Studies, Ms. Nidhi Wairagade. Nidhi brings a wealth of experience from her extensive involvement in both the media industry and the academia, with a particular expertise in the new media. Her professional background encompasses roles in both the print media and the digital media, providing her with a comprehensive understanding of the evolving landscape of this media industry. She's currently undertaking her PhD research in cancel culture and new media. Ms. Nidhi's scholarly pursuits further enhance her insights into the contemporary world and the opportunities in the realm of this media industry or this media universe. Uh, are we good to go, Nidhi? Can we start the interaction?
Yes, thank you so much.
Can we start?
Yes, is my audio clear?
Oh, yeah, to me it is.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Nidhi. So there were certain technical glitches, so I don't know. It might have occurred due to the desktop.
Yes, it's
Uh,
all right.
okay. So the first and the foremost thing, we'll start with a very basic thing. We'll go in the not in the inverted pyramid shape of news world, but we'll go in the proper pyramid shape. We'll start with the basic and then we'll advance this discussion.
Sure.
The first and the most basic question: what is digital? How to define digital?
Okay. So thank you for the question and thank you for a very warm welcome. Okay. So now to start with the basic of what exactly is digital media. To be very honest, it's not anything new in today's era. Now, in today's era, we are living and we are breathing in this digital era. We are eating, we are sleeping this digital era. So there's nothing new as such, but to put it in the definition. So it is basically the digitized content that we have, the communication that is being taking place using the digital platform. So if that's a digitized content, but it is not being communicated in the traditional way, like it used to be face to face. Now it is embedded with the technology. Digital media is basically the mechanism, or we can say there is an intervention of technology, or where we are using the computer mediated techniques and technologies for communication. So, and this is being taking place maybe over the internet, and that is why you use this word as being digital or be the online media. And this communication has been taking place using various mediums, like taking the example of the print media, where it was we knew how we are going to communicate it through the text, through the maybe just a picture. There wouldn't be any audio or there wouldn't be any visual. When it was radio, we were very much aware about like it's only going to be the audio. But coming to the digital media, it encompasses everything. You have the video, you have the audio, you have the graphics, you have the combination of audio, video, and the graphics. And it can be anything. It can just be purely be in the textual format also. But the only thing that what differentiates this kind of communication, what differentiates it from the traditional media, is that the use of the mechanism, how it has changed, that we have transformed everything using the digital platform. So it can be not just the internet. It is the computer. That's the website that we are using. It can be the apps. It can be the social media platform. Everything that is being taking place using the internet technology. So that is the basic idea of digital media. And we all are being using that, even if we do not go by the proper definition of it or not, but we all are the part of it. right from the minute you wake up, you see your phone till the time you go to sleep, and the you are constantly consuming and being the part of this digital media. So this is the basic thing that I would say is digital media. Yeah.
Okay. I'll carry forward this definition, and that leads to another very important question.
Mm.
Uh, is there a difference between social media and digital media, or it's one and the same thing? I mean, these are the most basic questions that you will find on Quora, on across all the social media platforms, specifically students who have just passed their 12th. These are the basic misconceptions, myths, or curiosities. You can term it whatever you want.
Mm. Mm.
So this is the most prominent one. Many people use these two terms synonymously. So is there a difference, or is it synonymous, social media and digital media?
That's very true. Actually, that eventually happens. The minute you talk about online media, the first thing that strikes your mind is social media. When I say communication or using the digital media, you will immediately think WhatsApp or maybe Instagram. So these are the maybe the two terms being interchanged together. But no, let me tell you, these are two different things. Like when we talk about the digital media, there's a mechanism that we are using. It's an umbrella term, and social media is just an offshoot of it. It's just a part of it. Social media that comprises, when we talk about digital media, it's a bigger umbrella term. It comprises of the hardware, the software, the devices that we are using, the mechanism that we are following. All of it is the part of digital media. While social media is just used to reach or for you for communicating with a set of audience or the set of people who are out there. So it is just the digital media offshoot is social media, and it is just a smaller part of it. While digital media is a very bigger term, it's a very it consists of a lot of things, be it from software to the hardware to the way we communicate and all of it. And social media is just a part of it. So even though it is being used as an interchangeable term, but there's a huge difference between social media and digital media. So digital media encompasses everything. Social media is merely being used for the communication, but using the digital platform, using the internet and the technologies associated with the digital media. Yeah.
Okay. Can you elaborate a bit on the digital media? You talked about it's a larger term, it's bigger.
Mhm.
So what all things include when we, let's say, for example, when we talk of digital media, what are the things that we will be talking about?
Okay. So for the digital media, it's an that's what I said, it's an open umbrella. So, but basically, like what exactly? It's not possible for us to cover everything. So, in terms of media itself, or in terms of the fraternity of mass communication, what we usually talk about is that's the website, the web portals that we are using, the applications, the mobile applications that we are using, social media, definitely. Social media would also be the part of it. Digital marketing and the new trends that are coming ahead with it, be it in terms of advertising, events, and PR. So that has also become the part of the digital media now. The online platforms that are emerging, online news, web portals, or video sharing platform or video surfing platforms that has been available now. So that all will be the part of digital media
Okay,
today
it's an
that we
umbrella,
are going to talk about. Yeah, an
and
umbrella.
everything that is related to the digital world.
Yes, anything that is related to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Nidhi, you have been associated with print media. Uh, I think Lokmat, if I'm not wrong. You were associated with Lokmat,
Yes.
and you have also been associated with the digital platform. So you might have witnessed a transition
Mm.
from print to digital. How the media landscape has changed with this advent of this fad called as digital. How you have seen, or what is your understanding of this changing landscape? How the landscape has changed? To what extent it has changed? For me, I'm a dinosaur when it comes to these new age technologies, because we started in a very traditional way back in our days. But you witnessed both the traditional and the as an industry growth. So how much the landscape has changed? How it has changed? Can we talk a bit about that?
Okay. Yeah, sure. So what happens with the digital media? Of course, it has changed tremendously. What we see like you cannot now purely see anything that is traditional and not embedded with digital media as such. There's nothing being left in the media that is purely tradition today. So that changing landscape has also changed a lot of things. The way we communicate today has also changed. So it has got a vast reach. Talking about like the traditional media itself, it has got a limited reach and accessibility. That's an advantage of the digital media. You all know about it. The way it has got a reach and accessibility, it is taking everything to a global level. You never know. What I'm uploading today might reach to a global audience. It is not restricted. There are no geographical boundaries or there are no physical boundaries that are being there now on this platform. So that's the biggest advantage also that we can say that today it has emerged. Now, also when it comes to it has accelerated the process of globalization, that is for sure. But the way we are communicating, the way we are dealing with people today has also changed. And that's the reason why media is so much that requires uh, that we adopt to this dynamic culture that is being there today. Now we are living in an economy that is not functioning in the traditional way. Now it is a data-driven economy that we have today. The way the consumer was earlier, he's not the same anymore. So there is a digital penetration in every stream. So be it journalism, like earlier, every morning we used to go through the physical newspaper. Now we are not restricted to that. We are reading the same news using the e-newspaper. We are reading the same news on the web portals. We are using the same, reading the same news on the web app as well. We have also transformed, talking about the radio itself. It was just a purely a broadcast, and now we have reached to the podcast. From being broadcast to podcast, that has been the journey. Television, if you would remember, we used to call it as the idiot box, and now from idiot box to the smartphone, that is where we have reached from TV serials to web series. So there is a vast difference or the transformation that is being taking place. So, and as we all know, technology leads to a lot of reform. Like you would take the example of maybe it is also taking care of the social reform. Maybe there are many social reforms. Like you can talk about the earlier age of feminism, the way it was earlier being restricted, but through the social media, it has got a global reach. So it is accelerating the whole process of reform as well. So be it the social reform, be it the economical reform, anything that is the part of or wherever the digital media could reach, it is accelerating the whole process of it. Now, also when me as a journalist, when I was working as in the traditional platform, when I would write the news, I would know my audience is just limited wherever the newspaper will be able to reach. So if it was a particular city's edition, it would reach to the city people only. But today it has changed so much. Today it has got the potential to reach it to the like it can just go and expand to anywhere. At the same time, when it was we all know the newspaper's expiry date is just for a day itself. But today on the online platform, once I'm uploading something, maybe it might not be consumed today. It can consume tomorrow. It has got the potential, or maybe later. So it can be archived as well. So that is also the landscape that is being changed. Even when we talk about the other industries like advertising, PR, or event for that matter. Like today we are able to host this webinar, or maybe just 5 years back, or maybe 10 years back, I don't think that was possible. Or even talking about our parents also, like now they would encourage us to sit in, maybe to undertake this online courses as well, or maybe the webinar. Earlier, that was not possible. Earlier, you had to actually go to the school or actually go to the place where the event is taking place. So there's a lot of difference that we all can see, and we all can see how the
Well said.
digital platforms have transformed um, every aspect of it, since there is a like wherever it could penetrate or expand.
Okay. That was uh, quite scary picture that you have portrayed. Not scary, but scary in a good way. That things are actually changing in such a drastic way. Uh, how important it is digital media today, how important it is for students to know, for brands
Hmm.
to know about it, for because brands, I'm talking about brands because we are associated with advertising, marketing, applications, and all these programs also. We are running those programs.
Okay.
How important it is for people today to have an awareness about this digital media, how you know, to have an idea about, because the
Okay.
way you have mentioned it
Uh-huh.
is, it's humongous.
Yes. So as I've told, like we are no more living in that era where you would say that no, I do not know this, or no, I don't want to learn about this. This is some technology, and I would not want to learn about it. Now, you can just take the example of maybe earlier it was so important for us to carry the cash, and now it has become also digital. We are all going cash. We have adopted that. We have accepted that. So why not in such streams and such fields as well? Why not take it in a serious way? Since the market is also reforming so much, now we have changed that concept of the traditional way of marketing as well. Marketing of the things, marketing of the products or goods or services. That has also changed. Like maybe apart from going to the barber, there's nothing like which we cannot order online or which cannot be transformed into the online on the online platform. So the consumer is changing. The definition of consumer is changing. This is today's era's consumer, the digital consumer, and that's why all the techniques of marketing should also change. It is no more going to happen that I have got a creative idea, I will execute it, and that is it. That's that is not where we are going to stop. We also have to think about the technology because we are dealing with the technology here. Digital is not just merely putting out something on the internet. It also requires the different techniques behind it. And that's why we need to understand it. It is the requirement of today's era because the consumer behavior is changing, the consumer pattern is changing. Now, he's the, as I've said, he's the consumer of digital era. Now, when he's shopping for your product, when he's looking for your product, when he's scrolling through your product, he's at the same time, there are also several other tabs. He is also having five more tabs where he can compare the prices, where you can compare the images also with it. So once I'm surfing something on Myntra, I will go and cross check the same thing on Amazon. I will go and cross check the same thing on Flipkart as well. So we are dealing with that kind of a consumer, and and it is that quick and easy for him. He's not thinking about it like if you think about the traditional way of marketing or consuming the things or purchasing, that idea was very different. Like I had to go from one shop to another shop, and maybe I would get lazy and I say like, "यहीं से खरीद लो." Uh, or maybe like if I go to a shop, I have seen five things. After a while, I would get awkward and I say, "Okay, let me buy this." But this digital consumer, he doesn't have that kind of emotion towards you, towards because he cannot see the person who is there behind. Choti shop hai, local marketer ko promote karna hai. Let me just do this. That's not gonna happen. Or maybe just for the relation that I'm having with my shopkeeper, that's why I will just purchase anything. That's not going to happen. He's the consumer on the digital platform. He's going to add product to his wish list. We'll keep it on hold. He's adding the same product on some other website wish list as well. Maybe he will purchase the product, maybe he won't. There's a hope that we will find that, oh, he has selected this item. It is added to his cart. It will be remaining in the cart for over the month. And he will not even bother. He, like, uh, so that element has changed now. And it is just a click away. Every night, maybe you just be surfing through Amazon or surfing through like maybe Zomato or Swiggy. Not every time we are going to order the food, but just that thing has changed now because it is that easy. Window shopping has become that easier for us. Even the return of the product has become that easier for us. So the whole when the consumer is changing, the marketing should also change. We can no longer stay with the billboard commercials now. So now you can see earlier the positioning of the ads or the billboards that used to be there, or maybe the television ad. There was some, the physical distance that would be there from a billboard to a person who is reading that. Now that ad has transformed, and now that ad is in his hand. He's no longer watching the television. Now, but distance is there. The physical distance is not there. Now he wouldn't think a brand as a very big thing because he is getting multiple options and multiple choices here. That billboard commercial is now right now in his hand. He can easily serve through it, and that's why the way the marketing should be, it wouldn't be where it would try to intimidate the person or intimidate the consumer. Now, it has to be very much personalized, very much focused, where a person would just feel that, okay, this brand is similar to that of me. This brand is actually going to cater to my needs. It's not just merely thinking about the profit anymore. So, personalized and the focused ads or focused marketing techniques is also important. And also, when we talk about the digital marketing, again, as I said, it is not creativity is of course important. The different idea is of course important, but at the same time, understanding the different nuances of this platform. Like, no matter how good my ad is, if it is not optimized properly for the digital platform, or if I forget to mention um, or use the tags or the hashtags, then definitely my ad will get lost somewhere in between. And now it's no longer cake coding. I would just place a hoarding anywhere on the traffic signals and somebody will get to see that. But it is like first I have to enter into the search history or the search engine search result of a person, and then only I'll be able to show my ad. Otherwise, it will be lost somewhere because he's consuming so many ads and several ads for a day. So that's the reason why we also have to think about creativity, but at the same time blend it with the other technological elements that is present there on the digital platform. So we need to understand that because digital media has reformed and transformed a lot of things. So that also goes with the marketing or PR. That also goes with advertising. That also goes with other uh, streams or fields of mass communication. So that is what I would say. That it has become the need of this era, and everybody should at least get their hands on or a little bit of training before they would. Uh, like before saying that I'm just ready to give up or I'm not going to enter that stream because everyone has.
You used the word training. Have you checked Quora? Have you ever searched digital marketing on Quora? There are a lot of funny questions that I find it funny. I mean, how to make easy money with digital marketing or
Uh,
digital marketing, I don't know, 1 week course on digital marketing, 10 days course on digital marketing. Does it work? Can someone learn digital marketing just 7 days and become an earn in lakhs?
okay. So actually, yeah, these are the kind of questions or the curious minds that just want to earn something or grab something. Like, that's one of the, or we can say, characteristic of digital media, where everything has to be very fast and quick. You need a quick response, you need the quick feedback. You need also at the same time when you are thinking about, okay, jaldi response bhi aa jana chahiye. In one day we want to become viral. So because that is what people have been seeing throughout. So why not own just in one day? But actually, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. This crash course or maybe the 7 days course, it's not going to work till the time you do not know the basic of it, like where it is starting from. Uh, I just cannot sit there. Even though if I take the course of like maybe how to compose a digital ad or um, similar courses like that. But till the time I do not know what exactly is ad, why it is being made, what do I have to tell them? Or how does a digital platform work? The very basic of it. So when the basics are not clear, how can I jump to a next level? But in the 7 days course, again, it is not going to cover everything for you. You will not. Maybe they'll just tell you, okay, how to use this particular hashtag. But eventually, you will so see that these kind of after one day, they just ask you need to purchase this app or maybe you need to purchase this service so as to get to learn. So usually these courses are that people try to understand that it's not just practical things as a for learning process to understand all. So even when we talk about advertising, so it is not just a course in graphic designing and that is going to work. But what should be the placement of it? What is the psyche of a person? What color do I need to choose? How the advertising or the brand positioning takes place? What are the strategies being involved in designing a campaign? That is also important. So That's not going to happen in 7 days. So, like, I know everybody would be coming across these kind of things because, usually when we go through the social media, there is that one tendency, he somebody uploaded a video and overnight it went viral. That makes us believe that everything that is happening on the internet platform is going to happen or function the same way. But you can just see the people whose video just goes viral overnight, the next video will not go viral. Even if they create the same type of content, the person is the same because he has just thought that last time chal gaya tha, is bar bhi chal jayega. But it's not how it works. And you can see there are digital content creators. They have also undertaken training, and that is how you sustain in this digital market. Overnight going viral is going to make you sustain maybe for a day or two, and and it will get vanished. These strategies and plannings are important to be here, to position your brand, to make it sustain throughout. And that is why proper training is important. And it's not going to happen in 7 days. You need to have all the understanding of it, be it writing a copy or be it understanding the brand, the strategic planning behind the campaign, how undertaking the audience research, what do they want to, what, and also the market research. That is also important. So this research aspect or the other technical aspects of it or the creative aspects in just 7 days, of course. So
That was a good answer. You talked about how digital media has penetrated in across all the mass communications, all the nearly across all the mediums. So I'll be asking these two questions. Okay, you can interlink these two questions and you can consider it as one. Uh, can you further elaborate a bit about how it has penetrated public relations, event management company, or the event market, and the advertising market specifically? These three markets: PR, events, and advertising. And secondly, has the market become more competitive after the advent of digital media? I because when you are talking about these things, it feels like it has
mhm,
become a very competitive sphere, like Amazon, for example. The way brands might be competing on the platforms like Amazon and Flipkart and the kind of ideations and the process that goes, that definitely no one can learn in 7 days. You'll have to go through a proper process. So, number one, how the uh, digital media has penetrated these three industries, majorly PR, events, and advertising. And secondly, uh, has the market become more competitive, according to you?
this is to begin with the first about it is changing the industry for advertising, PR, and events as well. So first of all, though, we'll just start with like all of these three, you can say, streams are of course highly it deals with the audience. And talking about be it PR as well, that is also public relations. You are handling the relation, you're managing your brand and the brand image in the minds of the public. So now, when it comes to the digital media, earlier, let's say about the traditional PR strategies used to be that we were so much dependent on the media profession, a media organization, to communicate our brand's image or to communicate a brand's message to the audience. But now, when it comes to the digital platform, that has become very easy. The PR, easy or rather, I'll not say easy, but maybe just the channel has become a little more disciplined or a little more easier. Like you can directly position your brand with the audience. You need not require that channel or that media organization over here. So now, what is happening here is you can directly communicate with your brand, and at the same time, the audience can also directly communicate with the brand. You get to know what is public thinking about your brand. You at the same time, you also get to know what better a brand can do so as to enhance the image in the eyes of the public. Now, here it is for the PR also happening that earlier it was, I can say, maybe in the physical market space, a brand was need not be that aware or that cautious, of course, towards everything that was being done. But when it comes to the digital spaces, they have to be aware about everything that is being done. You can take the example of there were many ads, there were many brands that got cancelled because of the way their ad was being curated. Now, this cannot happen in the physical market that easily. Like with every ad comes another question, or maybe any statement that you have given comes another question that is going to the next day you will see that your image is getting ruined. So here it has become very important for every brand. Now every brand is focusing upon maintaining the digital image on or the brand's image on the digital platform. So that has changed the way we used to perceive PR earlier, and now the way it is been evolving today. When it comes to the events also, we all are aware about it. The way events are also changing and coming on this online platform. You can see lockdown was the best period of it. And during the time of lockdown, you have also witnessed like people are going on Facebook Live, and the weddings were happening on. The wedding has started to happen. Uh, the wedding, the webinars, the conferences have started to take place online. So everything is being taken. There's like I don't think that there is any event that is being left that cannot actually take place online, and that is also cost effective, be it PR and even for advertising, because it is more cost effective. It is giving you the reach. It is easily accessible to everybody. So why not? Like it is going to open a lot many opportunities further as well, and it has opened a lot of opportunities. Like earlier, I would say, like even when you had to invite somebody to your wedding, you actually had to physically go there, and there were so many cultural aspects associated with that. Like if somebody does not personally come and invite you, you would not go. But now there is transformed into you just need a WhatsApp invite, and that is it. You consider it as is it to be an invite. When it comes to the marriages, also, especially talking about it, that is also taking place online. So if marriage is a big thing like for our country, that can also be transformed into an online event. So why not the rest of the other events? So that is
And there
also
were
happening
companies
there.
too that were managing weddings online during the
Yes,
time of
of course.
pandemic.
Yes, yes,
There were
yes, of
companies.
course. And now these companies are also taking care of not just these other personal events as well that is being taking place, and also the professional events, be it the conferences, the meeting, and how easy that has become. Like today, by being sitting in India, it is easier for me to call or communicate with a guest who is based somewhere out of the country. So it has become that easy. But at the same time, as I've said, that it is opening up the opportunities, but you need to understand how to utilize that. So opportunities
Yeah,
are
you
there.
used
There are going to be a lot of
opportunities. It's a good word,
yeah,
opportunities. Can you, let's just get into that direction. Career opportunities and the job opportunities. Has
yeah,
it increased because of digital media? If yes, then what are the various opportunities that a youngster can today? I mean, a
hmm.
bit elaborate, or you can just highlight it if you want
Okay.
briefly.
Uh, so as I started with journalism, I would say that even when we talk about the journalism, you have got the opportunity on the online media. You can see during the time of lockdown, there were so many established media organizations who have shifted themselves on the online platform. And when it comes to the online platform, specifically for journalism, online journalism has become mainstream now. See, the online journalist, there has been an opportunity for an online journalist. You can be a citizen journalist as well. You can be a mobile journalist. Um, if you understand the aspects of how actually the digital media works. You can work for the online newspapers. You can be an online news presenter also. You can, at the same time, you can be a freelancer as well, either a citizen journalist, freelance journalist. Um, in terms of advertising industry also, definitely the other roles were there, like being a copywriter or an account planner or a client servicing executive. But today you can also be the social media specialist. You can be a SEO specialist, a digital marketer, or maybe a brand manager, a content creator, a digital content creator, to be more specific. You can be the UX or UI designer. Um, for you can also handle the digital media relations that is there today. You can be manage uh, all the online events. You can also go and maybe explore more aspects of digital filmmaking uh, beside the proper filmmaking. You can also go for the digital filmmaking. That is another way of where you can explore. So as I've said, digital media has opened everything. So now traditional earlier also the traditional professions are there, but at the same time, besides that, it has also opened the opportunities for the digital profession. So if at all you understand both of it, you can blend it together and actually create a very good space for yourself. For freelancers as well, that has become an opportunity itself that we can say. So there are multiple opportunities, especially if you want to pursue the career in media or if, but again, as I've said, once you understand it, you will know it better, where and how to uh, establish yourself.
Okay. So let's say if I want to become a digital marketer, what are the qualifications that I need, or what are the kind of technical skills that I should have, I should carry
Okay.
in today's
So
era, in
now,
this changing landscape? Because that's the word which is constantly hitting it. Media ever evolving. We have entered the phase of ever evolving. Yeah.
very true.
So what kind of education should I have?
That's very true. Media is ever evolving. It is very dynamic. It has always been very dynamic. Now, we need to understand that this digital space itself, it does not cater to one medium. It does not cater to just a website. It is also the web app. It is also the mobile app. So it is it requires a multi-skilled profession because there is always that. It also requires a cross-platform expertise. So I should have this understanding of how this ad is going to look on maybe a website. At the same time, I should be able to convert this ad for a news app, for not just a news app, a mobile application. How it is going to appear there. I should have the best understanding of how to blend every aspect of it. Now, uh, we can no longer live in that traditional way where I can just no longer say that I'm just a copywriter or I'm just a creative head. I'm not going to think about how the website is going to get developed, or I am not going to focus upon how the maybe the UI is going to be for my app. I need to have the understanding of everything. Like if I would be generating the content creation, as we say, or I would be writing a copy, an art copy. At the same time, I should also be able to share that, or I should also be able to understand how it is going to appear or how it should appear on a mobile app. So it is always what I basically want to say is that it is a multi-skill profession, and that is a requirement in the industry. So from not just being a copywriter, you have to play the multiple roles. Also, you need to understand the technical aspects of it. A copywriter cannot just merely write a copy. He should also have the understanding of how the SEO works. What are the keywords that people are looking for? What are the trending tags that is there on the online platform? And around that, he needs to create a tag. The best example of this, like if the students have joined in this, uh, I would say that just has to get the basic understanding of what I'm talking about, being in trend or have a personalized ad. So you can just follow maybe Zomato's Instagram handle, or if you're active on Instagram or Twitter handle, and you can see constantly they are engaging with the audience. The basic concept of advertising earlier, the way it was just has to inform and share the awareness with the audience, but it's no longer being the same. Now you also have to show your presence in the market, the digital presence. And for that, you can refer to the Zomato's ad as I've put. I'm not promoting it. It's just that they have a very good content over there on their app. So it is basically now, since the trending topics, as I've said about, like IPL is going on, they would have the ads related to IPL. You can also see the app, the user interface, the way it is changed. When you're waiting for food to be delivered, you can see multiple things that comes ahead. They would also give you the suggestion of, okay, you have ordered the food, why not a dessert? And suddenly you will see something appearing on the dessert. And the way you can track your order, it was it cannot just happen from a web developer. A web developer is just going to develop a basic ad for you. But whatever the creativity and the thought goes beyond that, there is, again, as I said, it is not just a technical thing. That also requires the creativity of it. So then again, that's a multiple job role. You can take the example of maybe Amazon or Myntra. The way their website has changed and developed over the time. So earlier they could just show us four images of a product and that is it. But now you have got this 360-degree view of it. You can also place that product in your house and how it looks if you have used Amazon or maybe on Myntra. You know they also have the
They have
triangle.
also incorporated virtual realities, VR,
Yes,
AR, VR.
yes. AR VR has also become the part of it. Now this couldn't have happened from with just a web developer wouldn't have said that to understand what are the requirement of my consumers. So that is an integrated process for everybody. It is always overlapping and blend of a lot of things. So copywriters should also understand and keep in mind all of these aspects. Not just a copywriter, even the other job roles also that I'm talking about. So that's the requirement. And today's employer is always going to think about, is always going to look for a person who is multi-skilled. And you can also see, like, if you're creating a video and need to upload on the digital platform. And again, in the beginning itself, as we have said, digital platform is not just social media. So, and even if you're uploading it on social media, the editing is going to change for Instagram Reels. It is going to change for Instagram posts. It's the same audio. It is the same content. It's going to change for YouTube Shorts. It's going to change for YouTubers if you're uploading it there. So that is why this multi-skill profession or multi-skill expertise is required because we are working on the cross-platform. So there are multiple platforms and that has become the requirement of it. So it has to be blended with all the aspects, be it creative, technical, or understanding the various other nuances of digital media.
Maybe we'll take one last question and then we'll wind up. Uh,
So,
we'll talk about the biggest, say, a terminology that gives shivers to the creative world and the media, artificial intelligence,
mm.
AI. नौकरी जाने वाली है क्या? What is AI? Is it a threat? How the world is, or how the digital media, the marketing or advertising world is going to be off with AI and specifically ChatGPT. You can write the content, you can create the content, if you optimize the content. तो content writer का क्या करेगा? खत्म हो गया है क्या?
Okay. Of course, this AI question always comes to our head. So I'll tell you, when maybe as a student, when ChatGPT or this kind of concept has come, so we were very happy because from the student perspective, I'm telling you. So they were very happy because assignments unke hota. They'll be able to write the assignment. But now when they enter into this, like when people have started to tell them, oh, job chali jayegi, they are taking away the job. Then suddenly they have started to look at it as a threat. But let me tell you, as I've said, you cannot stop this evolution itself. You cannot stop the technology to evolve. And that's why instead of considering it to be a threat, it just creating opportunities from it. It is opening multiple opportunities for you, of course. And it has not just happened today. AI is just another version of technology that you are seeing. You have seen this technology getting evolved, maybe from print to television. So when television has come, people have said that, people will stop reading the newspapers. But that eventually did not happen. With the radio also, they said the same thing. Because when you're getting audio and the visual as well, why would somebody listen to radio? But to be honest, today also we are very much interested in listening to the radio. We have shifted towards the audiobook. So audiobook is a new way that is being emerged from the same technique of a broadcast. So now podcast is a new way of sharing the ideas or sharing the story or storytelling. So and that's not going to think like even though when we have the smartphones in our hands where we can watch the web series of our choice, At this, but yet we have the television sets in our house. So technology was always been there, and it will coexist together. Of course, it is going to change and transform into the new ways. You cannot stop the reform itself. You cannot stop the technology. So the only option that is being left with us, like instead of getting scared, let's start to think of it as an opportunity, and it is giving you an opportunity. Like you can just imagine, um, it is helping you getting rid of the monotonous job. Uh, in today's time, there are many media organizations, big media organizations. At the same time, there are also bigger advertising agencies who have started to take the help of the AI to get rid of monotonous job. When we talk about like, when are we going to think out of the box, or when are we going to be more creative, is when we are not loaded with the monotonous work. So for that, definitely you can use the AI, and it should be taken as an opportunity. It also helps you with maybe get you certain insights, the customer's insights, or the prediction analysis. For that also you're using the AI. If I'm not that technically advanced with certain things, so maybe AI is always going to be the helpful way for you. You can also see the chatbot that is available today. It is going to answer the basic question 24 into 7. Students might be using that. So now what is happening with that is a service person is not available 24 into 7. But when it comes to the basic answering of the question, or when it comes to maybe to establish your brand presence, a chatbot box is always going to be there to answer the basic questions, of course. At the same time, like when we have to automate a lot of things, so there also you can take the help of the technology. So technology is going to evolve, and it is going to bring the reform. It is always the loop. So we should not be afraid of it. It is rather bringing about a lot of opportunities, and it has been used for all the by the media organizations, by the advertising agencies, by the PR or the event agencies as well. So the only thing is that you should know where to draw a line. Also, see, you have given the example of ChatGPT, but again, it's not ChatGPT would be available to everybody, but not everybody is creating the same thing from it. Giving the prompt to ChatGPT is also a skill. You should exactly know what I want from this. So that is also a skill. It's not going to come to everybody. So I would not say that everybody will start to create an ad tomorrow. Everyone will take the subscription of ChatGPT and they are going to create the ad or write the ad copy. Because to know the specification, first you have the vision, and then you use it as an assistant to what exactly you know. So technology was always been there, as I said. It is, you just need to coexist and use it for your own thing. But again, draw the line. Draw the line, especially in a very early age when you are giving certain creative assignments. Try not to use the ChatGPT over there, because there's one term that I use is creative paralysis. It will give you the creative paralysis. Like you can take the example of how it affects our psyche is uh, when there are auto-generated this messages, or like if I'm typing the message, they will just give me the spelling. They will just automatically change my spelling. And now eventually, what will happen? Even if you ask the basic spelling of basic things, that also I would not remember. So let's not get that much involved or that much dependent on it, but let's use it as an opportunity. Yes.
AI is an opportunity. That was a good perspective towards it, because you cannot stop the technology from coming. You cannot stop the technology from evolving. You cannot do that. It will keep evolving.
Yeah.
So, okay, Nidhi, so that brings us to the conclusion of this webinar. And before we end, I would like to give a small vote of thanks. To a special thank goes to the founder and the PCET Board of Trustees, as well as our honorable Vice Chancellor, Ma'am Dr. Manimala Pubima, and Pro Vice Chancellor, so Dr. Subir Tepre. Uh, and also special thanks to the head of the Department of School of Media and Communication Studies, Narendra Pandapi, and Professor Pooja. Our special appreciation to her for all her efforts. And a big thank you I would like to extend to the marketing and the admission team for their effort, and also the constant effort that they are taking in promoting all the webinars and the event, and the IT team. And lastly, thank you, Nidhi, for your insight and the perspective and the certain interesting elements that you mentioned, uh, specifically about the blended education and how the education should be blended together. Gone are the days of just being having the privilege of being only a copywriter and that's it. Gone are the days. Now it has to be blended. It has to be multi-platform. It was a very cross-platform. It was a very good term that you used. Thank you, and thanks everyone for joining. We'll be having more such webinars and interactions in future. So stay tuned and stay joined with us. And for any further details, you can visit the website. Okay. Thank you, Nidhi.
Thank you. Thank you so much.